My friend, the Raiders' situation is heating up. After the brutal loss in Week 3, many are already starting to question where this season is headed. And let me tell you, the next 3 weeks could decide if the season can still be saved, or if the dream will crumble once and for all. But that's not all. While the roster tries to recover, an unexpected opportunity could solve a huge problem on defense. And the name available on the market has already made waves in the NFL. What's more, the offensive line has become a real nightmare, to the point that the Raiders are starting to look at free agents to try to revive this unit. All of this is happening now, behind the scenes, and I've gotten details you haven't seen anywhere else. So like, subscribe, and hit the bell, because what I'm about to reveal today could completely change the Raiders' season. After a devastating loss in Week 3, the Las Vegas Raiders faced a tense moment in their 2025 season. With a promising start, the team saw optimism quickly replaced by frustration and uncertainty. What seemed like a season of renewal now turns into a journey full of challenges, and the pressure only increases with each passing week. What to expect from the upcoming matches? Will the Raiders be able to turn things around, or are they on the brink of an even greater crisis? Week 4, Chicago Bears. Time to react at home. The Raiders begin their back-to-back games against the Chicago Bears, having arrived in Las Vegas with confidence after a surprising victory over the Dallas Cowboys. Despite their ups and downs, the Bears have a solid defense and an offense that can destroy at any moment, with Justin Fields leading the way. For the Raiders, this is a crucial game. The defense has been inconsistent, and coverage flaws need to be addressed quickly. The Raiders' offense also needs adjustments. The performances have been predictable and lacking the efficiency needed to beat opponents. If the Las Vegas season doesn't improve these aspects, a loss could be imminent. Predicted result: Bears 26-20, putting the Raiders at 1-3 and increasing the pressure for the next few games. Next, the Raiders head to Indianapolis, where they face the Indianapolis Colts, who have been surprising the league. Quarterback Anthony Richardson is on the rise, and the Colts' offense has shown significant developments. The Raiders' defense struggles to stop high-scoring attacks, and against a team as balanced as the Colts, these problems could intensify. The Las Vegas defense needs an immediate response. Richardson is a mobile quarterback who can capitalize on defensive weaknesses. Furthermore, the Raiders' offense needs more consistency to keep pace against a solid defense. Predicted result: Colts 31-17, putting the Raiders at 1-4 and in a very difficult position to remain in the playoff hunt. In Week 6, the Raiders return to Las Vegas to face the Tennessee Titans, who are far from elite prospects in 2025. With a defense that has shown flaws and an offense that has failed to deliver, the Titans are a vulnerable team, and this could be the Raiders' last chance to bounce back. A win against the Titans would be vital for Las Vegas to regain confidence and revive their playoff hopes. The defense needs to be more aggressive, and the offense needs to finally perform consistently. Predicted result: Raiders 24-16, putting them at 2-4 and keeping alive the hope of a season comeback. The next few games will be crucial for the Raiders. The defense urgently needs to address its flaws, especially against mobile quarterbacks and loud offenses. Quarterback and the offensive line also need to stabilize, ensuring protection and space for the offense. Without these improvements, it will be difficult for the Raiders to compete against stronger teams. Furthermore, the issue of strengthening the offensive line and secondary cannot be ignored. Gardner-Johnson, recently released by the Houston Texans, is an interesting option for the Raiders' defense, offering experience and appeal. Signing a player like him could be a strategic move to improve communication and defensive execution. The next few weeks will be crucial for the Raiders. If something doesn't happen immediately, the 2025 season could be lost due to the upcoming losses. However, if Las Vegas can address its shortcomings and gain confidence, a recovery is still possible. The key is how the team handles the pressure and corrects its shortcomings over time. And if the schedule already shows the burden Las Vegas will have to carry, the problem isn't just with its upcoming opponents, it also involves the defense, which could gain an unexpected boost. The Las Vegas Raiders defense has been one of their weakest points heading into 2025, with two consistent challenges, primarily in communication and pass coverage. However, an interesting opportunity recently emerged that could offer a solution to these issues: safety. Gardner-Johnson, a Super Bowl champion with the Philadelphia Eagles, was released by the Houston Texans after just 3 games this season. Despite a challenging start in Houston, his experience and skills could be the medicine the Raiders need to strengthen their defense. The Raiders' secondary has shown its worth, especially in games against experienced quarterbacks and dynamic players. Communication between defenders has been one of the defense's biggest weaknesses, resulting in long plays and missed turnovers. Furthermore, the Las Vegas defense has not been effective in stopping deep passes or maintaining consistency against quicker, more agile pass rushers. These issues further highlight the need for a veteran to stabilize and guide the secondary. Therefore, the arrival of Gardner-Johnson could be a missing piece for the Raiders' defense. His insights and experience could bring a new dimension to the defense. Despite his turbulent time in Houston, where he struggled to adapt to the defensive system, C.J. Gardner-Johnson still possesses a valuable skill set. He is known for his physicality and ability to cover both the slot zone and the deep zone, two essential areas in an NFL team's defensive scheme. His clarity is an asset, allowing him to play in multiple positions and adapt quickly to changing needs. For the Raiders, the arrival of a player with this experience could bring much-needed stability to an inconsistent second string. His ability to cover different types of passes, both deep and short, complements the style of play of the Las Vegas defensive backs. Furthermore, his ability to generate turnovers could make a huge difference in the AFC's passing game, which is full of talented quarterbacks. Another important point is the leadership Gardner-Johnson could bring. In a young and developing team like the Raiders, a veteran who has already won a Super Bowl can be a key player in shaping the mindset and improving communication within the secondary. His experience in big games and his ability to step up in crucial moments can help organize the defense and correct common mistakes, such as coverage breakdowns and positioning issues. Furthermore, his presence could alleviate pressure on younger cornerbacks like Jacorian Bennett, who have shown great potential but still lack consistency. The guidance of an experienced player like Gardner-Johnson could be vital to the development of these young talents. The Raiders are at a crossroads when it comes to their defense, and the signing of C.J. Gardner-Johnson could be just what they need. His specificity, deep coverage skills, and experience as a leader could transform an inconsistent secondary into a more cohesive and effective unit. Furthermore, the need to strengthen the Raiders' defense has never been more urgent. Facing the AFC's top-tier quarterbacks requires a solid second string, and Gardner-Johnson could be the missing element to make Las Vegas's defense more impenetrable. If the Raiders act quickly, he could be key to giving the team the defensive stability it needs to succeed in the 2025 season. But there's no point in strengthening the second string if the investigation continues to be a nightmare, and that's precisely where the front office begins to look for solutions in free agency. The Raiders' offensive line has been a significant problem in the first 3 weeks, and it may be time to seek help outside of the clock. Jackson Powers-Johnson's return to the lineup is a step forward, but former Raiders commentator Lincoln Kennedy suggests that the clock may still allow them to explore free agent options to improve their line. The Raiders have struggled in pass protection and run blocking, and without a true starting offensive line, it's unclear which players they can rely on. Kennedy's comments indicate that the team may need to bring in some new faces to stabilize the line. It remains to be seen whether free agents will help, but it's clear that the Raiders need to make adjustments quickly to avoid further problems. With the Raiders facing issues with their experimental line, secondary, and overall team consistency, is the solution to strengthening the defense with C.J. Gardner-Johnson seeking free agents for the experimental line, or both? Will the clock be able to adjust the clock to avoid a lost season? Leave your opinion here, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I'll be back later to update you with the latest Raiders news.